Hey guys, if you're enjoying the content that I'm making, please click that subscribe button. Also remember to click that bell button and make sure to tick that box to send all notifications so you don't miss out on any videos. With that in mind, let's get on with the video. What's up guys, welcome to Munchkin's Gaming, where we take your gaming to the next level. This is Munchkin's logging in to bring you episode 2 of Adventurous Chat Log, and today I'm joined by my good friend Ashika, also known as christenlanger. You can check him out in his YouTube channel as well. Say hi.
Hello, hi Munch.
Hey.
It's a pleasure to be here.
Yeah, thanks for coming. So, I guess first of all, a little bit of introduction. Christen, is it
christenlanger.
is it christenlanger? christenlanger.
christenlanger.
christenlanger is a fellow YouTuber. We met what? Back in Gordian, right? Gordian.
Gorgeous, yes.
Yeah, Gorgeous. Yeah.
Launch. I think that was launch.
Yeah. At launch. So, I didn't actually know he was a fellow YouTuber until a little bit later on, and what's your channel like going now? I see a lot of Fate Grand Order, which I actually played.
Oh,
but I played the NA version.
Oh, it just came out, so that's actually good. So you started just as English came out.
I played probably like 2 weeks after it was launched, but then I I played for like a week, and then I was like, I didn't find it, that much intriguing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I just didn't have the time because I'm enjoying Final Fantasy 14 so much. Like I even quit, my Brave Cross thing. I quit that because I didn't have even time for that. I'm just playing Final Fantasy 14. My Persona 5 save I still haven't done.
Oh, you still have a long way, man.
Yeah, so anyway, thanks for coming. Let's start off with our first topic of Adventurous Chat Log. Is basically about retainers. So I was in the forums about a week ago, well, a few days ago I would say, and there's a couple of people who are actually wanting more free retainers, which I guess I'm inclined to agree, Recently I have bought 2 retainers, which I haven't gotten any retainers. I was happy with the 2, even with Heaven's Ward. But now with all these items, Yeah, so I guess, do you agree that they should give out free retainers? And I know they have their opinions and their, they said it's the server, wasn't it? It was the server problem.
They say that it's a server data transfer problem, or probably not storage, just more of a transfer.
Yeah.
We know how they explained that the server refreshes like every 3 seconds. Was that the refresh rate?
Yeah, I think it's like the dots. So every 3 seconds you'll hear the tick, you'll get the tick.
Yeah. And every 3 seconds they back up all the data for your character. So that's the excuse they give us. I'm not sure if it's a proper explanation or an excuse.
I see. I actually didn't know that they actually back up. I know that it works with the ticks, but I didn't know it was actually like to back up everything. Okay.
I might be getting it wrong, but as far as I remember, that's the way it's handled.
Yeah. So I'm inclined to agree that we actually need retainers.
Yeah,
because,
definitely.
Because of all the amount of new items. Do you craft?
I crafted in Heaven's Ward, and that's the time that I actually bought retainers. I was happy with 2. Then I started with crafting, and my mats built up.
Yeah.
And I had a tendency to hoard mats because
you never know when you're gonna need one.
Yeah. And then up to date I have 3 extra retainers, and they are all almost full, and I haven't started crafting for Stormblood, and honestly, I'm not looking forward to reorganizing everything just to just to
See,
get all the mats.
y- see, with Heaven's Ward, I was having with two retainers. I
Hmm.
crafted, but I didn't hoard mats.
Hmm. Uh-huh.
I got the mats that were, I guess, worth something, like,
Uh-huh.
worth gil, and
Hmm.
were used commonly, like leathers, those
Yeah.
wyvern skins, and oh man,
Yeah. I still have those.
chimeras, mains, and stuff like that. I kept those, and
Hmm.
obviously the legendary nodes I kept as well, but I never really I always had like 10 slots left in my
Hmm.
inventory, and I'm happy with that. I didn't want to pay for the retainers, but now that in Heaven's Ward they released, I finally got two. So because
Hmm.
I just can't hold on to the mats anymore. It's
Yeah.
impossible.
I always advise everyone that asks me if they are going into crafting. I always say that you're gonna get extra retainers because it's, as you said, it's impossible to hold the mats if you're crafting. And this game almost requires you to go multiple disciplines for
Yeah.
crafting, and as a result, you're gonna have to get a lot of materials for your disciplines.
Yeah, that's exactly right. And it's and on top of this, before I actually um got my fourth one, I only had three. So I said I'll get
Hmm.
one other one. I'll transfer all
Hmm.
my glamour armor, the ones that I want to
Yeah,
keep.
yeah. Hmm.
And I even took out some of them which I don't really use anymore. I just traded in
Hmm.
for seals. And then I started crafting more, and
Hmm.
then there was no
Yeah,
space.
it builds up a lot.
How do you think Square Enix should handle this? Obviously, there's the
Mm-hmm.
server problem,
Mm-hmm.
but is there any way that they can sort of do something and
Mm,
get us that extra retainer?
an extra retainer would be helpful. Uh, maybe maybe they could, if they could handle the server data, because I think they're working on that, since they stated some time ago that they will increase our inventory slots like a step at a time, because
Okay,
they're testing.
testing it.
Yeah, stress,
Okay.
right?
See,
So if they manage to get if they manage to like give us a free retainer, maybe they could give us via progression, or maybe let's say we get to Heaven's Ward, you get an extra retainer.
and
That would be
then
ideal, yeah.
yeah, like get to Heaven's Ward, you get the third one, and then you get to
Mm-hmm.
Stormblood, you get another one. Because
Mm-hmm.
I think you need minimum of four right now.
4 is a good number, actually. Yeah.
Yeah, I think at least. Because I've gotten my crafters all to 70 and
Uh-huh.
all my Disciple of Lands to level 70 as well.
Mm-hmm.
And just, I have a lot of space now, I must say. And plus all the materia that you get, that's a whole
Mm-hmm.
lot of
Yeah.
other slots there. You get a lot of materias, especially if you're doing a lot of the side quests. And
Mm-hmm.
even now, doing level 70 dungeons, you get free materia, which
Yeah,
takes up a
a lot,
slot.
a lot. It's like every day I check my inventory and I have like these 3 or 4 grade 5s, and then I throw them back into the retainer.
Yeah, that's exactly it. You do your expert roulette, and then you come
Mm-hmm.
back and you have like two or three materias, and I have to put it back to my retainer. Um,
Mm.
yeah. So I think the my thinking was my thinking was is they get a bigger server,
Mm-hmm.
or
Yeah,
do
yeah,
like a
definitely.
server merge, and basically like get a bigger server and do a server merge between congested worlds, and non-populated servers. I mean,
That's gonna be a different monster there.
yeah, because
It
I
can
I
it
also
can mess with your
feel
economy.
yeah, I also feel that because my partner actually wanted to play Final Fantasy 14 again, and
Hmm.
back then we were in Leviathan. Our server was Leviathan. She decided to quit, and basically I decided to move to Tonberry
Uh-huh.
because there was a lot more Aussies in the server,
Hmm.
and
Yeah.
the time gap is much closer. So I decided to move. But now Tonberry is very congested. So my partner has basically been trying to get into Tonberry for a long time, but that's not gonna happen. So I decided to move one of my alts and go level with her on another server. So I
Ah.
was just throwing it out there because they have congested worlds,
Mm.
and there usually is a waiting time in Tonberry now.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So in talking about retainers, we're going to the next topic now.
Hmm.
I've been leveling my retainers, and it's taking
Hmm.
forever.
Oh, tell me about it. I reset one of my retainers before Stormblood
Oh,
launch.
really? Oh, wow.
Yeah, my Disciple of War, because it's been stuck in. I play a scholar, so it's been stuck as a summoner
Ah,
until they added the ability to change it to sorry, not summoner, arcanist.
okay, yeah, yeah.
So and they added the ability to basically the retainers have a job now.
Yeah,
So
I got mine into a monk, one of them at least.
yeah, but you have to reset. So I reset it, and currently he's still at level 50 something.
Mine is currently one is 52, the third one that I
Mm-hmm.
got, and my
Mm-hmm.
fourth one is 21.
Mm-hmm. It takes long if you're playing, like, let's say you play all day. The fastest way to level them is send them via
Hunting, right?
hunting log. Yeah,
Yeah.
hunting quest every
Yeah.
hour, but it still takes long.
Yeah, because it takes. I, this is just what I feel. I haven't counted like physically counted how
Mm-hmm.
many times I send them, but if I play, let's say, like 2 to 3 hours a day, I think
Mm-hmm.
I'll level them like once every 2 or 3 days. So it's pretty slow,
Mm-hmm.
and
Yeah,
I
yeah.
played all day basically today, and they haven't leveled yet.
And you've done that every hour.
uh, well, for the most part, yes.
Mm-hmm.
For the most
Mm-hmm.
part, I have been leveling them up. Well, sending them off every hour,
Mm-hmm.
and I feel like God, because my third retainer, basically, I got that maybe after I did the story quests.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe I after I did the story quests or in between that. So that was near launch. I even got into early access, so you know, it was
Uh-huh.
about a week or two, give or take, and it's still level 52 up to now, 2 months
It's
later.
it's gonna still gonna take a while.
And I really hate farming the mats myself, like going in there and
Mm-hmm.
competing with other people, killing monsters,
Yeah.
and they drop like one or two. It's just too annoying. Sometimes you go for streaks without nothing. So I
Mm-hmm.
feel like the Disciple of War, which was what I got, a monk, was something I needed. That's why I got the retainers. That was the second reason I got the retainers.
Okay.
And I feel they need a buff with the experience.
Oh, definitely, definitely, because if us players got a buff and you're leveling a retainer from zero, uh, these times now, sorry,
Mm.
level one, and
Yeah.
then you're leveling it in Stormblood. It takes too long. That I think it'll take you a month or more
I'm
just to level
pretty
them smoothly.
sure because I got my minor, I got a minor in a Fisher retainer as
Mm-hmm.
well. So my minor definitely, because Fisher was the last thing I leveled because for, I really hate, well not hate, but it's very tedious to level fishing.
Uh-huh.
So I got my minor uh, quickly to 70. Now my retainer is 70
Mm-hmm.
for a while, but that was starting from 60. But if you're starting from level
Yep.
1,
Mm.
it's a pretty long process. And I feel like since we got a lot of buffs, especially doing like leveling roulettes and stuff like
Mm-hmm.
that, I feel like they should do a little bit of buffing in the experience gain with the
Mm.
retainers. It just takes
Yeah, they
too
should.
long.
Yeah, they should because they they cap your retainers level anyway. To
That's exactly
your
right, to
yeah.
whatever you have.
So even if you're low level, they wouldn't really level up too fast. It's the same rate as you.
Exactly. So that's what I just. It was just a thought. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
sure
they
Square
could
Enix will click on this video one day and.
yeah. Well, they could buff with they could buff retainers the same way as players, like give them increase the XP gain from level 1 to 60 and then
Yeah. Oh yeah,
mutual
yeah.
to
I
60 to
think
70.
that's a great idea. Um, and I think either that or the amount of time that you have to wait for them to come back, maybe drop it a tinge, especially those exploration ones, the one that takes 18 hours.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It's not like you're gonna be gone for 18 hours. I mean, I work 8 hours, 8 to 9 hours a day. So basically, I'll be back in like 9 hours. So if I can just click
Mm-hmm.
that retainer and say yes, I'll be back in 8 hours after
Oh,
work.
it's actually wait. That's actually a good system if you can like set how long they are in exploration and just they have increased chances if you leave them for a very long time.
Yeah, it's like there's a okay, eight
Just a
hour
thought.
mark is finished. This is how much experience you're gonna get. It's not as much as your hourly one, but at the same time, it's something, right?
Hmm.
Yeah. So, all right, let's move on out of the retainers and talk about healing, which is your main job.
Ah, okay.
Scholar, how is it now
Yep.
compared to launch?
Launch. Uh, there was a lot of. I think there was a lot of what do you call that? Uh,
Hate?
a very vocal majority.
Okay, you're putting it nicely there.
Scholar. Before the launch, it was white mage. Then when the launch came, it was all scholar. Scholar's bad now. Scholar's dead.
Yeah, I heard
But
about that.
mhm. Yeah, it's not dead. It was more like it was boring. I will not disagree with that. It was boring to play. If you're in dungeons,
Mm.
you lost a lot of AOE capability that it's just throw your broil on all the enemies. That's Bane ones. Even Bane was nerfed. Uh, yeah, there wasn't much to do as a scholar, but it's okay as a healing class. But it's as compared to other healers, their healing potencies got shafted. I think
Oh,
I think it was the fairy. They nerfed the fairy's heal.
oh, really?
Embrace got a potency. Yeah, potency for embrace was reduced. So yeah, that's one.
Mm.
And their level 70 skill wasn't what do you call it? It wasn't not it was not flashy. Not I'm
Mm.
looking for the right word. It's like it's not spectacular.
Okay.
It's not bad. It's not
So
good.
what
It's
is the
just
level 70?
okay.
Because I really haven't leveled any healers past 50. So my
Uh,
scholar and my white mage are still 50 at this point. I do
mm,
plan to level white mage I
But
did plan to level my scholar. I think my scholar is actually level 51 or 52.
okay.
So
Oh, you
what
didn't
is
level
the
to
level
60.
70? Why is it not like compare it to White Mage or the Astrologian level 70 skill?
Alright, we're still talking about launch. Level
Did
70
they
skill because
change
it
it?
got a buff.
Did they
It got a
change
buff.
it?
It was buffed. It was buffed.
Oh, okay. Well, let's just
I'll explain it
say,
first.
yeah, let's do the launch first. Compare it to launch
Yeah.
first, and then compare it to now.
hmm Level 70 skill is called Fey Union. Uh, Basically, the fairy gets tethered to your target, and you know how scholars have this meter,
Oh yeah, yeah,
fairy
yeah, the
meter. Yeah.
etheric flow or something like that.
No, that's different. I mean, a
Oh.
fairy meter. I'll just call it fairy meter.
Oh, okay. I didn't know
Yeah,
they have a fairy
every for
meter.
every ether flow skill or ether flow stack you use when you use energy drain, bane that hit,
Yeah.
uh, lustrates, incogitation, a- any skill that uses ether flow, you gain 10
Okay.
from fairy meter. You gain 10 from the meter, and then Fey Union basically tethers to a target and regions them at the cost of around 10 meter per tick, I think.
Uh huh.
Server 10 for server tick. The problem was if your fairy tethers to a target, that fairy is basically a turret now.
Ah,
It
so
would
it
not
doesn't
move.
heal.
It doesn't heal. It just tethers to the target, doesn't move, and the range is too short. I think it was I forgot how many elms it was. It was short. It was very short. And if the fight requires a tank, which is your usual target, moves a lot, you'll
Mm-hmm.
see that the tether would break, and your meter still drains, even if it is not tethered to the target.
Oh.
Yeah, and the fairy will not move as well unless you cancel the skill.
Well, how much did it heal? Basically with the
Uh,
tether.
I think uh, probably I didn't really use it that much. I think it was the same heal. I think it was the same regen potency as the other healers. Maybe a bit less.
Oh, that's kind of that's a crap skill if you
Yeah.
the way you explain it. It's I mean I
Mm-hmm.
have seen them used on me because I have
Mm-hmm.
leveled my paladin to
Mm-hmm.
70 and I have done Susano EX and Lakshmi EX with my paladin, and sometimes
Mm-hmm.
when I do that running around with the during that big sword Susano swings
Mm-hmm.
at you, that
Yeah.
someone uses that on me, but I
Mm-hmm.
never really felt like I was getting, something out of
Heal.
it. I was like, what's this tether do?
Yeah.
Okay, so compare it to now.
Oh, the biggest problem back then was the effort it needed to fill the meter, and it didn't really do much because it depletes too quickly.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Uh,
I get that. Like 10 per tick, and it's a
mhm,
hundred, right? The maximum you'll get most likely.
yeah,
Yeah.
100. Mhm.
So.
Yeah, you use it for the sake of using it, in my opinion. Now, the buff they got was the fairy range was increased to around I believe it was 10 or 15 yams. It's long now, so the tether doesn't tend to break.
Mhm.
If the tether breaks, the meter won't drain anymore, but your fairy is still stationary, so you'll need to be aware of that. And then,
Oh.
yeah, the biggest buff for scholars in recent patches, I think it was 4.05. We got Miasma 2 back.
Yeah, we've talked about that, and I think
Mm-hmm.
in the last video we talked about that, but we quickly just went through it because
Mm-hmm.
none of us were healers.
Okay.
We're like, oh, okay, they got my asthma 2 back. That's nice.
Not
Did
sure
it
if you talked
actually
about it.
improve DPS that much?
I'm not sure if you talked about it, but Miasma 2 for scholars is different from
Oh, it's
the
not
old
the
miasma
old
too.
one, the one that you just get close to them and then use it.
Hmm.
Oh, okay.
So wait, sorry.
That's alright.
Miasma 2 before is I believe it was 40 potency on cast.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I can't remember the old numbers, but Miasma 2 Force Scholars now is 100 potency on cast, same one as Ruin 2,
Mm-hmm.
and then it applies dots, which is I can't remember the numbers, but it's as strong as Ruin 2, and you would want to cast it as much as you can for 3 enemies and above.
Okay. I mean,
Although
is
it
it still
takes a lot
instant
of
cast? Is it still an instant
it
cast?
is, yes, yeah. It's
Okay,
it's
that's
instant.
alright then. You
It's
don't need to
instant.
get close now, though. You can cast it from range.
No, you have to get
Oh,
close.
still,
Hmm, yeah, this is a problem. But it's basically your go-to AoE skill now. You just can't spam it a lot like Holy
mm,
or because White Mages have what was that MP3 skill? They
uh,
got a skill that basically gives them a certain amount of time that every cast is free, so they can spam Holy that
oh,
window. Yeah,
isn't that? Oh man, I read it, but I can't remember the name at the
name.
moment.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'm glad Scholar got something out of the patches.
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to sound like I keep repeating, but Monk hasn't gotten anything. I think every video I make, I talk about Monk not getting
Yeah.
anything.
I was actually surprised they didn't give them anything, and almost everyone got buffed. Especially Bard, they buffed Bard, and I
I
believe it.
enjoyed the Bard buff because I
Yeah.
do play Bard every now and then, and it just makes it a lot smoother. It's
Mm-hmm.
a lot more fluid, especially with the
Mm-hmm.
buff. It was already fluid, and now it's
Yeah,
extremely fluid. So,
the
I
Bard
don't
buff is
know. I don't know.
expansion.
I mean, if I'm keep comparing my DPS with, obviously I don't have a static group, so they can't sort of um
Mm-hmm.
revolve the fight around the monk. You know how in the past, I
Yeah.
mean, we were in the static, basically, like we try and move the boss a certain way, and so that I
Uh-huh.
can
Yeah,
hit my positionals, and when we stack, I'm pretty close by.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
That doesn't happen in pugs. So basically, everything that revolves around like stacking, I can't hit any positionals. I have to stay stacked with everyone, and that's a lot of times, especially in O1, O2, and even O3. O3.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, comparing my DPS against obviously the samurai or the ninja, or I don't think I played a lot with ninjas, but I have
Mm-hmm.
played with samurais, and yeah, they're just a lot easier to play. I feel there's some
Yeah,
complexity to
definitely.
them, but
Mm-hmm.
still, you don't get potency downs from not hitting your positionals. You'll get less kinky, but
Mm-hmm.
you don't get potency downs.
Not
Anyway,
much.
that's a whole nother topic.
Yeah.
That's a whole nother topic. Um, let's go to, I guess, our final topic for this week.
Mm-hmm.
This is actually something that happened to me that never happened to me before. So I just want to tell you this story. So
Uh-huh.
basically, I leveled my samurai first because I wanted to change from monk because I felt
Mm-hmm.
like they got all those potency downs and stuff like that. I was like enraged. I was like, stop this. Samurai is the best. Why would you
Oh
bring
yeah,
monk
yeah.
in a raid situation with this? So anyway, I leveled my samurai first and got all the Alamegan set and stuff like that. Glamoured it to my samurai AF armor because I really like it. And then I leveled monk later on. Got that to 70, was my second 70 character. And then I was
Mm-hmm.
like, alright, I think I want to glamour my gear for the monk AF armor as well, because the
Mm-hmm.
Alamigan set didn't look
Ah.
nice. Didn't look nice. It looked like a Griffin striking set. You know, like the
Yeah, yeah.
old ones. It's just a reskin. So I was
Mm-hmm.
like, okay, let me try and glamour this. And guess what happened? They share the same gear. I
Yeah.
can't glamour.
Yeah, I can relate because this happened to me back in Realm Reborn already when I had my Ironworks as
Yeah,
a scholar,
yeah.
and then I leveled a white mage, and then I was wearing Ironworks because I can glamour it back.
hmm I never had this problem before. I never had.
Okay.
Because basically I really just main one and then I'll glamour that. So whatever
Mhm.
my main is, I'll glamour. But the rest can just wear, just whatever.
Whatever, yeah.
Whatever
Mhm.
whatever gear I get, sure you can wear that. I never had a problem even in Heaven's Ward. Never had a problem. Monk had its own gear set.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah.
And now that I share a gear set with Samurai, I felt, what the heck? Why is this a problem?
But to be fair, you will only have that problem if you are particularly using your exclusive set.
Hmm. But the thing
Uh,
is, I
mhm.
main monk and I play samurai, share same gear, can't glamour. I have to wear the
Yeah.
Alamigan set on my monk because I like the samurai
Mhm.
much better. The glamour for the
Yeah.
samurai better. Oh, it was. I was surprised really. Delilah and Maya, my two friends, I introduced you to, basically told me, yeah, that's been an ongoing problem.
Yeah. If you have been just playing DPS back then, you wouldn't have that problem. But if you were playing caster or a healer, because they share the same gear,
Yeah,
and
see, yeah.
you love you love your artifact armor, because I was wearing the SH armor for very long, and my other healers, wait, white mage back then,
mm,
look bad at high
I,
level.
yeah, it's just that in Heaven's Word I never had the problem as well because,
Hmm.
I only pretty much played monk
Hmm.
and I leveled dragoon, which was separate gear set. I leveled ninja, separate gear set. Bard, separate gear set. I never leveled machinist. I never had that problem. I leveled
Hmm.
paladin. I never leveled my warrior. So I never really had, and I was never exposed to this problem. So now that I have, I just want to say SE needs to fix it, right? Some way.
How would they fix it? I wonder.
N- I know Delilah was saying, or I think I must have read it somewhere. Either Delilah told me or someone told me, or sorry, someone I saw it somewhere in a post that in World of Warcraft they have fixed this problem with multiple. You can have multiple glamours basically.
No, really?
Yeah, I I
On
I
one
I
item?
don't know the specifics on how they did it because I don't play World of Warcraft, but apparently this has already been fixed in World of Warcraft.
I keep hearing that World of Warcraft has a good glamour system, so
They
maybe they
have
need
like
to.
it's something else. They call it something else, but in the end, it's still the same. It's like you're getting glamour.
Hmm.
Yeah, yeah. All I can think of is maybe having a like a choice. Like if you click this, you'll have like a choice. Okay, this is what glamour will
Hmm.
be.
Ah,
Option one, option two, option three.
I think I played Guild Wars 2, and they had a glamour system where you actually assign the armor piece on your slot and not on the armor itself. So whatever piece of armor you wear, you always get this Glamour. I'm
Yeah,
not still on. Yeah.
I played Guild Wars 2 too, and I sort of remember that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Maybe they can implement something like that.
it's like a costume, right? It's like costume.
Hmm.
Yeah, I guess
Yep.
they're free to play. That's what they do. They have a costume system.
Mm.
But that would mean, I guess, yeah, I think that could work actually. That's a very good idea, better than mine. I wasn't actually
I just
thinking
remembered.
that way.
I just remembered it, and yeah, that's how they did it in Guild Wars 2.
Uh, well, uh, I think that's it for this video.
Mm.
Thanks for coming, uh,
Oh.
Kristen.
Uh-huh.
Basically, yeah, I think we covered all the four topics that I want. I know it's a strange transition to get
From
going,
retainers.
but I think we're going over time here,
Uh-huh.
and I still need to record some videos.
It's fine.
Uh, so anyway, thanks for coming, and to everyone, thanks for watching. Remember to click like, subscribe, and share this video if you find it interesting at all. As always, I'd like to hear from you guys. Leave a comment down below what you think of the topic this week, and if you have any interesting topics that you want us to talk about, just leave them in the comments down below. This is Munchkins logging off, and I'll see you guys in the next level.